Hello and welcome back to the channel. Sorry if my camera seems a little out of alignment than it normally was. I took it off when my special guest today did her champ school training. So it's Yamaha champ school. We went to Wilcox in Arizona. There's this nice little racetrack there that's for cars and bikes. I think it's called Indy Motorsport Park. But yeah, it was a 2-day event. I kind of just sat aside and watched the bikes go by every so often, and since it was a Yamaha class, everything there was Yamaha unless you brought your own bike. So she had the opportunity to ride an R7, which she didn't seem to be overly impressed with, so, you know, it's not a bike that we're in the market for, it seems now. So, saves us money right now. But as a class, she enjoyed the class. She, since the summer's been extremely hot, and I'm stubborn and I go riding in 100-degree weather, she unfortunately has not. So the use it / lose it skills, I mean, I have not done my slow speed maneuver skills in a long time, so I know I'm very weak on those personally. But she hasn't had a chance to ride for most of this summer because of our temperatures and schedule. So it gave her an opportunity to learn some new skills and dust off some old skills and enjoy the sport again. So we just got back yesterday, actually extremely late last night. And since we both still had today off because of the trip, we decided to go for a quick ride. Let her chance to try out some of those skills on one of our own bikes. But yeah, if you're ever, if they have one of those classes, I mean, it's interesting. So we're in Arizona, and I understand that Yamaha Champ Schools is only in certain locations. But I think she had like 25-ish people in her class. I think only one person was a teenager. The rest were like maybe 2 people in their 20s. The rest were over 45. It's kind of interesting to see that dynamic. But yeah, I mean, if you're ever interested in those kinds of things, I'd suggest it if you have the finances for it, because, you know, they show you the importance of how braking works, how your bike runs, you know, common mistakes with riding a motorcycle above and beyond like an MFS course would do. Because the MFS course is your slow speeds, your parking lot maneuvers, just your basic understanding of the bike, just to make sure you're able to go out there and ride. Where this is, you know, they take you on a track, it's a closed course. You can legally do 100 miles an hour if you can get the gumption up to the speed and on the trackway and what bike you choose to rent from them. So, I mean, they had a variety. I think they had everything in the Yamaha series. I did R1, the R7, the R3. They told me that, I know the R9 was just launching right now, and they're saying that they've already got those on order for their next batch of bikes when they do their fleet upgrade in whenever that time frame is. But also the MTs, they had the MT-03 there, the MT-09, the MT-07. They even had a couple Tracer 9s out there for people that was their choice. Like, you say, hey, I want this bike, and they had it, they'd pull that out for you. And then there's one dude there with like a Road Glide ST Harley that he was just ripping it around that course. It was surprising how, I mean, you know, 2-in-1 exhaust, that thing was loud, but yeah, you could just hear, and he was keeping up with the more aggressive riders. So yeah, it was definitely a class of interest. So, slight detour there. He did a quick pit stop. She realized after taking the class and riding that her brake adjustment wasn't where she kind of liked it and where they said to be safe. So, slight detour for that. So we'll see how it does now. So yeah, we took the class, or she took the class. I was a spectator. That track actually has these nice little casitas in them. I guess they have like a studio or a two-bed version. So we just took the studio, but yeah, nice little shower. Personally, I would like to have more of a rainfall shower. I prefer the actual pressure and the removable one, but hey, that's just me. It's kind of like one of those, you're in an apartment or at home but not at home kind of thing, so your body is like, oh, I feel tired but I'm not quite in my surroundings, and the nerves and everything else that comes along with it. But yeah, so now she's gonna, we came out today so she could, redo some of the lean positions and adjustments and kind of learn your riding style modifications. But yeah, if you have a thing in that in your area or country, you have an option for this kind of class. She really enjoyed it for it's a little pricey, but what you gain out of it and experience and additional confidence, there is that now. And the side note is now that we'll probably start doing track days for her, so guess that's see what happens this spring on that for her. But since we were there and everything was Yamaha, one of the riders brought a FJR that they were using, and it's like, for a sport bike, it's like the size of the Hayabusa and the size of a coarse Kawasaki. And it's Yamaha, but it's like shaft drive, and it's like, God damn it, now I really kind of want that bike. And they actually had it with the saddlebags off, or the panniers off, and it's like, it looks good with and without them. So, that might be my additional bike. Not much of a project bike, but if I do get it, I want to learn everything about it, and I think what I'm doing is get the manual for it, and every service it needs, every upgrade it needs, I'm just going to do it myself. Like if it needs tires, I'll pull off the rims, and those I might just have, like, instead of buying a tire changer, I might take them into like a cycle gear or something and have them. I think if you buy the tires from them, they'll swap them on their rims for you. Other than that, I think I want to do like any maintenance on it myself. So if I find one at a good price that we agree upon, maybe I'll pick that up as my my additional bike and make that my project. I did find one, but they're asking more than what I'm willing to pay for it. Because as soon as I buy it, I'm going to have to modify it, because it's like a resale item already. And the previous owner, modifies it to what their wants and desires are. And those don't match my vision, so it'll be something I'll have to address. But yeah, now that she's done that class, she's already talking about they have a grad class too, which is in like a month and a half. She's like, oh, I kind of want. I'm like, I don't have time off to be able to do that, love. So, and she's got a pretty busy schedule anyway to be able to even take time off. Doesn't have the vacation herself to go. But yeah, if you have the funds and time and money, I highly suggest it if it's something you want to learn. Like I said, there was a guy in that had a Harley on there. And it's definitely a Road Glide. I think it was an ST model unless they modified it, but because it had the raised floorboards, The saddlebag seemed higher. But man, he was ripping around that course on that bike. And then even the instructors, I think, took it around the block on him. And it's just like, because all the instructors at Champ School are all some sort of racer. And I'm not sure, I think they're all podium. I went to their class for the street version when I had my Harley. That we went on that, and I'm pretty sure they mentioned that like everyone was some podium winner of some sort of race class, and so they're trying to teach us the skills that one, safely made them do that kind of thing, but two, you know, it's what's transferable to the street to feel comfortable with. So, but yeah, that's where we were. That was it's still so freaking hot. It was like 90 degrees there. It was just a toasty little trip. I mean, I guess I really should complain about weather when the other coast we have is being destroyed with weather right now, but I mean, I'm fortunate enough not to be in that situation, but hey, we each live our own world here. So, I hope everyone's being safe, having fun. Not sure what our next adventure will be. I'm still working on planning at least a camping trip. It'll probably be just a car trip for me, but I might set up my camera if I go fishing on a tripod, which is really making me... So I ordered a camera replacement, and it... Roadrunner. And it just wouldn't charge. So I returned it already. I don't know if it was a bad battery, bad connector, or I didn't want to mess with it. I'd rather than just replace it, so now I gotta order another camera. So once that one comes in, I'm gonna replace the one that's on my helmet right now. And then the new one I'm hoping to do wirelessly and just have it connect to my cargo headset. And that's one less microphone for me and bulkiness on the helmet to deal with. But I also hope that it's a better clarity for you guys and that the sound comes through well. So that's my next little project for that. But yeah, when that comes in, then the camera on the helmet's going to get switched to being a camera on a tripod, basically. And that way I can just kind of set it up, let it play, enjoy the sounds of nature and fishing, whatever else I do. I did set it up for this trip, but I wasn't next to the racetrack, so I didn't try. I probably should have done that. I should have set up closer to one of the walls or something like that to enjoy it, but since it wasn't a private showing, I didn't want to record other people. Like, I won't post their footage that I did take just because I didn't go ask everyone that was there, like, hey, do you care if I record you? I doubt you could identify anybody that was there except for maybe if they had their own personal bike and actually saw that. So, but I'm not going to try it. I don't care enough. Not my place to do it. Yeah, that's my current plans. I'll order a new camera, get this one set up, maybe go find an FJR to buy and cause trouble with. Alright, where are we going? But with that, looks like we're stopping, so thanks for coming along on the ride. You be safe and have fun. Until next time.